You checked it again before bed. The numbers, the workflow, the orders, the messages, the response time. And it's not because something failed, because you already know what happens when you stop looking. The reply slow down, the quality drops, the standard slips. So before sleeping, you check it one more time, and that moment tells you everything. That's a dependency system, not leadership, not scale, dependency. The structure only functions under active supervision, meaning the system never stabilized. It adapted to your correction. Now your attention is part of the infrastructure. This happens slowly. At first, you step in because it's quicker. You fix the mistake, correct the message, handle the client yourself. You fix things quietly. One correction becomes another, then another. Eventually, the structure learns something dangerous. You will compensate for instability. So instead of the system evolving, it routes pressure towards you. Now, every unresolved issue reaches your attention, not because you designed it that way, but because the structure adapted to your reliability. You didn't remove dependence, you centralized it. Now your attention never fully closes. Even when you leave work, the system stays open in your head. You're tracking who responded, what got missed, what still needs correction, where quality might drop. That's attention overload. And attention load compounds because every open loop consumes processing capacity. Now multiply that across business, relationships, communication, operations, maintenance. Eventually, your structure stops producing expansion. It starts consuming you through supervision. A lot of people think they built scale because revenue increased. That's false. If growth increases your correction load, you didn't scale. You expanded manual dependency. Now the structure requires more checking, oversight, intervention, containment. So externally, it looks bigger, but operationally, it still depends on your touch. You know this is happening when you reread delegated work before it goes out. You monitor things you already assigned. You hesitate before fully disconnecting. You keep thinking, I'll just do it myself. Not because you're emotional, because the structure trained you to expect instability without your involvement. That's a control loop. This destroys time quietly, not through emergencies, through constant low level correction. 5 minutes here, 10 there, another check, another review. Small attention withdrawals all day long. Now your day is fragmented. Your capacity gets consumed by maintenance instead of movement. And people around you mistake this as discipline. It's not discipline, it's structural reliance. Decision makers pay different than everyone else. You don't just execute, you absorb uncertainty. You carry standards, timing, correction, consequences. So every unstable structure increases your decision load. Eventually, you stop feeling clear, not because you lost vision, but because too much of your attention is trapped in supervision. If this continues long enough, two things happen. First, your standards drop, not publicly, internally. You normalize inefficiency, inconsistency, partial execution because maintaining perfect oversight becomes too expensive. Second, your expansion slows down. You stop building forward. You start protecting what already exists. That's the shift most decision makers miss. The structure no longer serves expansion, it serves preservation. A structure that depends on your constant correction, it's not stable, it's attached to you, which means you are not operating the system, you are carrying it. Real scale is the moment your absence no longer creates instability. So if everything works until you stop touching it, you are the infrastructure. And infrastructure has a cost: attention, time, decision capacity, expansion. Run the 11-point structural calibration. It identifies where your systems still depend on direct correction, where reliance is concentrated around you, where manual scaling is consuming your attention, where your structure is bottlenecked by your own oversight. Measure it. Link in bio.
Concrete production.